apparently they're bandying about the idea of reducing some of those like truck and large vehicle specific regulations. Who knows if it will or anything will come of it. But you guys know that Japanese truck that's like 12 grand that we looked at and we were like bemoaning the fact that like, oh, you couldn't even buy this in the USA. If they push this through, that would make trucks like that available, like those 70s style smaller pickup trucks.
The truck that has like nothing. It's the one that comes with absolutely nothing.
Yeah, it comes with nothing, but it would open up the market to other trucks more similar. And I think that's like Hilux style stuff, and that would be awesome. That would be cool.
I want to know if people want that, right? I often hear people be like, oh my God, this F-150 is 70 grand. And then you look at it and the seats massage you and the fucking radio jerks you off.
Okay, but I don't understand the thing about trucks is I always see people and they have trucks. I always see people and they have really nice trucks. They own a restaurant and it's like not going well, but they have like trucks. People just happen to have trucks somehow. I go to like Costco and I see in the parking lot, there's like a ton of sick trucks. Everyone's got a truck and all these trucks are expensive. I'm like, how is everyone buying all these trucks? How's everyone getting these trucks? Trucks are expensive. How does everyone have like a nice truck?
Everyone
have a shit job.
They're doing 10-year fucking payment plans. They're they're financing for 80, 90, 100 fucking months on a $125,000 four-door pickup truck that they deliver groceries in. I watch these YouTubers that are sort of, they're always like, the sky is falling, look, and they're going through car dealerships parking lots and showing you the old age units. You can tell from the code on them how many days they've been sitting there, and they're like, look at this is a 2024, this is a 2023. The sticker's like six figures, all of them land. And sometimes there was a Jeep Wrangler, I think, that was like 90 or 100 grand, a Jeep Wrangler. All right. And it's like, who the fuck is spending that money? Why wouldn't you just go buy?
No one. It's been on the lot for 2 years.
No one. Exactly. like I don't know what happens to those. I'm sure they get liquidated and do like fleet deals, and maybe the government comes in and buys a bunch of them for the feds or something. I don't know what happens, but it seems like the bubble's going to burst with all these people financing these six-figure cars for 8 years. That's insanity.
On the thing that I was responding to Taylor about, I'm interested in knowing if there's a market for it. Everyone wants a $12,000 truck until they find out there's no radio, until they find out like it has no AC. Does that thing have heat? It doesn't have a backseat.
Why, if you bought this, why wouldn't you just bring your Bluetooth rechargeable speaker and put it next to on the floor? Do you really give a shit?
I was about to say that too. Like, apparently it does have AC and heat. It does not have no screens, no radio. It doesn't have a tachometer. So you're going to have to be.
This is a better starting point. This is a better starting point. Like I've had a truck. You know, I have an SUV right now, and there were things that I needed, and the amount of like the tiers, the way that they're built up to get the thing that you definitely want, like a trunk that opens up with like the clicker. You sign up for 10 things you do not give a fuck about. But if I started at 0 and you'll tell me that this thing will be ready next year and I could choose every little thing, like if I could be like, power windows on everyone except for the driver's side, I don't give a fuck, and I want to save $300. So everyone has power windows, but mine doesn't. Like, fully customize it, you know?
You can't go to that level, but you know, when you special order, we have people special order cars from us, from Ford, and they would get things that you just don't normally see, like deleted features would usually be the thing. They're like, I don't want a sunroof. And it's like, well, they all come with sunroofs. You don't want one? It's like, and no, delete that. You just special ordering your features. If they did that, I agree with you. I don't need some Windows Electric and some roll up, but I need a radio. Like 100%.
Oh, I just listened to like stuff off YouTube Premium on my Bluetooth. I can't remember the last time I used my radio.
But I mean a sound system. I mean speakers in a dial that control them.
Yeah. Think about it, if you're someone who's really pressed for cash and you need something that's functional, and then you could just kind of add a little bit with a $90 speaker, like Harley was saying.
That's the experiment I'm looking forward to. I want to know if that consumer you're talking about, the one who's kind of tight on cash, buys a $12,000 truck, or is like, I was interested, but lands on something a little better.
And maybe the consumer,
you do it after market,
that would be interested in this sort of basic bitch build is more of a sedan consumer. Maybe they would be looking for that sort of uber simplistic thing instead of the truck itself. But it seems like if you own a company and you're trying to buy a fleet of work trucks, you don't give a fuck if it has radio. They can bring their own Bluetooth. You're going to buy as many of these as you can get your hands on and then disseminate those through your workers. That's where this functionality comes into play.
That or the guy who makes a living with his hands.
Sure. Yeah, like it's just a smart purchase.
But those guys, truck culture is so big. They're gonna get an old truck and fix it up, like a roughneck guy, a blue collar guy who works with his hands, and he needs a truck for his plumbing business. He ain't going to that. I don't think he is anyway. Or maybe it's his private vehicle and his business thing, like that guy. I think it'd be huge for fleet sales, but when you boil it down, you take all the extras out. I mean, that's what we did for loss leaders and car sales, because people show up and they want a radio. They want a radio.
I had a truck, Ford. I had a couple Ford trucks, and they were so sick. I wasn't even a truck guy, and then I had that, and it was so sick. I was like, wow, I love this. It was awesome. And then I moved to a city where I definitely did not need any vehicle, so I got rid of it. And then when I came back to get a truck, it was just like trucks are just so expensive. And I was able to just get a deal because I wanted it to be like all fully loaded, like how my truck was. And so I got a Ford Explorer, like a really sick one. And I just made the mistake of thinking it would be like the truck, but they are very different products. This is nowhere near. It's like this thing is actually a surprisingly very fast vehicle. The Explorer that I have, it feels fast and stuff like that. But and you go inside and you are like, oh, this is kind of like almost luxurious in here. But compared to the F-150, like I had this the limited edition one, and like I would go in there and it was like all fucking RGB light, ambient, sick, so much space. You could literally like fit like a fast food tray in the middle console if you wanted to. It was so spacious. The screen that you touched was just much better. But that's another thing that really bothers me is I would pay less for some analog switches and knobs, even to just feel like the old days in some ways. I hate that you get this like the Explorer. It wasn't as evident with my truck, but with the Explorer, like this is like a $50 tablet now. Yeah, it's the center of the whole multimedia shit in the car. And today, this is like a shit $50 tablet. And even when it came out, it wasn't even that good.
One of the big design requirements in trucks is that you can operate the controls well with gloves on. So an F-150 wouldn't make a console the center, like a touchscreen, the center of the universe to your HVAC and all that shit.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Interesting, yeah.
I don't picture boomers and older people buying this style of truck at all. It would be more of a younger person thing, people pressed for money. But also, like, the boomers are so invested in the brand they love of trucks that they're never going to switch. Like I know Woody and Kyle both know this. I'm sure it's the same up in Canada. Like my grandpa has driven Silverados for decades. He will not purchase a Ford. He will not purchase a Honda. Like he loves Silverados, and that is what he likes. He liked to drive them until they were so beat up it was almost unrecognizable, and then he would get a Silverado that worked again. And that's
my dad's a Chevrolet guy.
He liked. He's a Silverado man too.
Always Silverados. Like I remember being a child and those old early 90s Silverados, and just our entire life, every time. I don't think he ever bought a Ford. I never give a shit. I had a Ford, I had a Chevrolet, I had two Fords and a couple Chevys. Just never really cared. But there was a time when Ford was just bad. Like the 80s Fords were bad. Look at an 80s Mustang. Like they're ugly, not just bad. Like and like even the Taurus, the Taurus was always so ugly and boxy, and especially compared to like I don't know, in the early 2000s, like the Nissan Altima was this slick thing with like snake skin seats and a 3.5 liter like fast V6. And what was the Ford Taurus? It was when they had that like curvy Ford Taurus. It was like rippled on the doors.
Oh, ew. Those are awful.
It was like, that is a grandma car. And this is a bad bitch car. I remember my mom got one. She got like the 2002 Nissan Altima, like top of the line, 3.5 liter. And I remember getting in it and being like, fuck yeah. And I'd speed it off when nobody was looking. And that thing would do 110. It was like, this is fucking fast. I love this.
Yeah. I'm not that brand loyal with truck purchases. My Tacoma treated me really well. It's a famously well-built truck. Had it for 16, 17 years, something like that. And when I got my Ford, I think I made the right choice. It's also treated me well. And in 2018, the F-150 was like, to me, the clear winner. The Silverado got updated like the next year. The Dodge got updated the next year. But their screens were tiny by comparison. I don't think they had CarPlay. What screen?
I don't know who has the biggest screen, but in my head, it's the Dodge. Like last time I got into a new Dodge truck maybe a year or two ago, and I was like, the fuck?
Yeah.
This is like
the Dodge was so nice inside. Interior is a big deal to me that I was like, shit, maybe I should have waited a year or two. I'm a little biased against Dodge. I always think they're third place in quality. But
there was a time, if you can get one with a warranty, I don't know what the warranties are like, but I remember, again, when I sold cars, somebody had this like 100 maybe 200,000 mile or 8-year some crazy warranty that was just too good to pass up.
Toyota
and the rash, it was a domestic company. I remember it being a problem for us selling Fords, and it was like, what the fuck? Like, their truck isn't as good, but they've basically promised to make it right when it does break. Like, it's hard to beat that when the initial price is $3,000 cheaper. I don't remember who it was, but this Dodge Ram, I'm looking at the screen and it's enormous.
It's like also, those Tesla screens where it's like, this is like
unless it's changed.
Yeah, but that
Dodge
screen
is
just so much more responsive than the one in my car. Like, I can't hate on it.
I don't like it.
Dodge has this puck for the transmission, and I'm the only guy who likes that stuff. I think I see Taylor shaking his head.
You like that?
Here's my take on it. Most of the time, an auto transmission occupies a tremendous amount of prime real estate. It's there next to your knee. And, you use it like one time as you shift from drive to reverse or drive to, from park to reverse or drive. And that's it, right? Like, use it one time, but it occupies this huge, very important space. Look what we have here. We've got some cup holders. We've got probably something for you to slip your phone in. I bet it charges in one of those slots. They've taken that spot to the right.
This is the new one.
Where your elbow would be, and they put something useful there. I think I see dual phone charging, like those touch things where the phones just sit there.
AC
and some cup holders, and they make really good use of the space. Meanwhile, the shifter is that circle just to the right of the steering wheel. And I'm like, why does the shifter have to have that kind of primary real estate for something you touch once? It's basically like the start button. It's turning the key. And
this is not a work truck, though, because
I just didn't like it.
When you're in a truck working on a farm, you are constantly back up, forward, back up, forward, back up, forward. Like you want it up on the column so that you can like just back and forth there when you're like maneuvering around, like maybe hauling hay or like moving through, like actual truck shit. But most people's use case, like you said, it's like put it in drive and go to your destination and put it in park and get out. My
truck shit is occasionally buying like 32 bags of mulch, putting a paramotor in the bed, putting a dirt bike on the hitch and going 3 hours. It's not like farming.
So for you, that's perfect. And I didn't expect that.
Like a truck and trailer situation, there's a lot of back and forth if you're maneuvering a trailer somewhere.
I hate how big that screen is. That's too much. I dislike it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I haven't been in like a 2025 Chevy or Ford, but I have seen the Dodge, and I was blown away. I was like, that's enormous. Like, that's so much. I didn't know they were doing
if that thing goes out, it's like, well, I hope I like that I set this to 81 in December.